LeBlanc, Cassio, Galio ban. It looks like they're banning out Cassio or LeBlanc, Galio are more counter picks. Galio's just a weird champion to ban. I think it's more of a targeted ban towards Faker, and Camille's just a strong ban that you do. Lucian also a strong first pick ban. SKT just getting rid of the strong first picks. Alright, Irelia first pick, very flexible, still a strong champion in the meta, and off with Cassiopeia gone, Irelia is really strong still. I think if I'm SKT, I look to pick up something like a Lissandra. Lissandra does really well versus Irelia. There we go. Lee, Lissandra. That'd be a great first rotation. Lee's the second best jungler after Camille. I can really expect to see them pick Lissandra. Lissandra, let's go. I know, you guys are going to pick it. Give me that Lissandra. There we go. Alright, so now what they can reply with. With Lee Sin picked, there aren't that many jungle picks that can potentially like match him. You have to go with something like Xin Zhao, but Xin Zhao is so much weaker, and you don't want to be playing Xin Zhao into something like a Lissandra. What are good jungles that they could do into Lee? I guess maybe Gragas is one. I would guess something like Gragas, Xin Zhao, or even Hecarim. Considering it's Cacao, I think he'll do Gragas. Okay, Alistar, a little bit nerfed, but still one of the best support. Probably take Gragas here. You don't have to take AD carry early. I would much rather see you take Gragas. Ooh, Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao works. I would prefer Gragas, but Xin Zhao works. Okay, so for SKT, they probably want to pick the support here, or their support pool gonna get pinched hella. So into Alistar, honestly, there aren't that many great support champs to pick, and because they already have aggressive champions and Lee, Lissandra, something like Kench is not that great either. I would like to see them do something like Braum or even go range support, and Janna can also be fine. Janna into Irelia Xin Zhao can be really good too. Ooh, Pyke. We haven't seen much Pyke in competitive, but interesting to see how this goes. Oh, Israel early instead. So taking a 80 carry power pick and being okay in terms of getting pinched on support. So hopefully Mata has a lot of options. Now here, what you want to do is ban out 80 carries or things they might play bot lane. So the common ones would be something like, okay, Heimer Alistar. I don't really understand Heimer too much. Heimer ban's a little bit questionable for me. Heimer, Alistar, not the greatest together. But they're going to be banning ADs, and this team's going to be banning support. Kench, we talked about being good into Alistar, so they pick it. I also do think Kench would be bad for this comp. If they took Kench, then they would have a very defensive bot lane, and they would just straight run 1-3-1. Kaisa, another good pick into Israel, especially good with Alistar. Ride's ban, kind of weird. I think it's more of a targeted ban towards Khan, because Khan's been playing a lot of Rides and solo queue, and it's most likely going to be Ride's top if Khan picks it. So Urgot instead, Khan opting to actually go tank. Very interesting. And then Sai on top. So both teams have one tanks up top lane, and pretty standard comp elsewise. I'm very curious to see what SKT is going to last pick. It has to be a support. They hovered Pyke earlier. With a comp like this, ooh, Rakan. Fuck, I was going to try to guess what they pick. I was either going to say Braum or Rakan, but it looks like they're going to go Rakan. If they lock this in, okay. So SKT has a 1-3-1 and a kind of a teamfight comp. Their teamfight isn't the greatest in the world. Rakan makes up a lot for it, but this is going to be mostly a 1-3-1 comp, and they're going to look for a lot of skirmishes. As for APK Prince, they're also a 1-3-1 comp with Irelia and Sion, but their biggest strength is getting Irelia ahead onto the Lissandra. When Irelia gets ahead of the Lissandra, she can actually put on a lot of pressure. So yeah, I'm watching this for the first time. So a lot of this game is going to come down to the mid 2v2, Irelia Xin Zhao versus Lissandra Lee. Lissandra Lee, early on in the skirmish, honestly don't have that much fighting potential compared to the Irelia. But once they hit level 6, they have a lot of one-shot potential. On the other hand, like level 1 to level 3, it's really good for Irelia and Xin Zhao. So we'll see how the early mid 2v2 goes. As for bot lane, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not 100% familiar with Kennen. Kennen bot, a Reckl's favorite. It's okay in teamfight, okay in split push. It's just okay at everything. It's not really specialized in anything. So I'm very interested to see how this plays. Top lane is going to be a boring tank versus tank. I'm surprised Khan's playing Urgot, or he actively opted into Urgot. Let's see how this goes. both junglers starting red. This is a very, very typical path. Red is one of the strongest buffs early, I mean. And Sion's doing this is also really typical. Like the Urgot knew he was going to do this and he didn't want to be late to lane and he was going to lose CS, but it's just part of being red side versus Sion. Sion gets to cue you in the face as you're checking in. It's just part of playing Sion. Also, Sion warded here early because he knows Lee started red and there can be a potentially red into double golem into gank. Good ward to make sure he doesn't get ganked. And Xin Zhao, predicting that, was able to do red into Scuttle into Scuttle. Double Scuttle control, really good for the Xin Zhao. As we talked about, Irelia and Jhin are going to have prio over Faker, or Lissandra and Lee Sin early, so Faker and Lee Sin, or Clid, is going to have to play somewhat defensive. Faker just regularly hitting level 6 is just so much better for them. Faker and Lee are looking to hit level 6 without anything strange happening, and once they do hit level 6, they can really play for the 2v2. Yep. Lane in kind of an awkward spot for Faker, but long as he doesn't push it, it'll push back to him due to Irelia pushing it out right now. Yep. He has to be really careful with the gank. Ooh, having to burn flash. Faker, you have to play defensive there. I knew this. How did you not know this? Just play defensive. Oh, that was a little overzealous from Mickey. If he did get the first blood, it's still worth it though. Let's see. So here's what I don't like. Okay, he didn't get the first blood. So my big problem with this is, right? But Loco, they traded 1 for 1. Even though Mickey didn't get first blood, it's completely fine. So if Mickey doesn't go in here, the status of the lane is Faker has to burn teleport, Faker burned flash, Mickey's almost full HP and he gets to keep his flash, and he gets to push this in and recall, get all the stacks of refillable back, and still hold on to flash. It would put Mickey in a much better position. This 1 for 1 trade makes this lane playable for Faker again. Like Mickey just waiting there and not going in would have been so good for him. But this is like where patience in a player really comes to play. Now Faker can freeze this lane, Mickey doesn't have flash, and he can keep this frozen for a very, very long time. Unfortunately, he got it pushed in all the way, so he wasn't able to freeze it. Looks like there were too many creeps, but Faker getting closer and closer to level 6. And what the fuck is this Alistar doing? Okay, they're just playing so overzealous. They have so much control in the lane. It's the same kind of play that happened in mid, happening in bot lane, where APK Prince has a lot of their early lead, and they're just fucking throwing it away. Who Teddy with the flash from the flash WQ combo? Not the easiest to react to, but something we can expect from top tier players. Now Faker's level 6, and Mickey's in a really shitty spot. Anytime Faker and Clid are able to get onto Mickey, it means GG for Mickey. Because Irelia's core is mobility, and a lot of her strength comes from not being hit by skill shots and being able to be very fluid and be unkillable. But Lissandra has a lockdown where Irelia is not able to. Oof, yeah, it's gonna be W. Faker doesn't have Q. He's gonna wait for his W to finish, and then R. Clid also has smite up. This is just bye bye. Yeah. A lot of strength of Irelia comes from having cleanse and not being able to take full advantage of that. A lot of strength of Irelia comes from being mobile and being hard to hit with CC, because there's not a lot of targeted CC in the game, but that's why Lissandra is such a good pick into her. Also with Aftershock, anytime you use W, you become so tanky where Irelia can't do that much to you. Yeah, this is why I really don't like this Merc build from Irelia. Mercs doesn't really help you when you're getting comboed like that, and a lot of Irelia, what they ended up doing when they're playing versus Lissandra is taking cleanse to actually be able to counterplay the Lissandra ultimate. But with this Merc build, like, it doesn't really save you from getting insta-gip. Whenever Rakan engages onto you and Faker is able to follow up, you're going to get insta-gip. Whenever Faker is able to ult you and Lee Sin follows up, you're going to get insta-gip. I would have much preferred to have seen him not go Mercury and run cleanse with just straight going into Trinity. And of course, like, the early deaths he had dying into lane was extremely bad too. And you can see Faker going a little bit defensive, going Kindle Gem instead of going the full AP build. He knows he's in a vulnerable spot versus Aurelia still, and long as he can not get solo killed and play the 2v2s with Klid, he feels like he's in a better spot that way, instead of building full aggressive. Now next opening is going to be Faker's next ult. Yep, if Faker has his ult, Rakan has flash RW. Faker, what he can do is play for the 2v2, get prio, and look for the solo kill or look for bottom place. Right now with Lee behind them, this kind of lane ganks happens so much in competitive play due to these wards usually being here and a lot of river control and river wards being placed. You don't get an opening to gank unless you're doing it from lane. So that's why we see Lee hiding back here and Rakan probably going to lead with a flash RW on cannon. If the Alistar is good, he's going to save his W to make sure Lee can't get on. Let's see what happens. If Alistar is good, okay. Yeah, so they spotted Lee with this ward to prevent the lane gank. Really excellent ward, by the way, because they have a pink ward here and they're able to clear all the wards here. By getting the ward here, you can prevent the lane ganks. Very smart ward from APK. I haven't seen wards like that in a very long time. I mean, top just a boring farm lane. Now that they have control and they pushed out and mid is somewhat getting control and it's 9 minutes into the game and blue is up, SKT is able to go for this dragon very freely. They know Jin Zhao is going to be on top side of the map. They know they have priority bottom. They know they have priority mid. They even have priority top and Urgot walked all the way down. Like SKT playing very in sync and they know what they want to be doing. Remember what we talked about? Once Faker gets prio, they want to look for the bottom dive. This is happening, the bottom dive. APK, they don't have pressure and they're making the counterplay top side, so they have to back off from turret. Smart play on their part. Now that they know their bottom dive did not work, Lee backed and Lee got a tempo lead on Jin Zhao. Look how Lee has more items than Jin Zhao. Boost, pink pot. They have a tempo lead, but they need to match it by actually going in and checking on this. I would love to see Urgot lead into this and make sure they can't get this freely. Oh, a little bit late, a little bit late. Oh, this was a little bit late. If they were a little bit more on point about, hey, they started doing Herald. Our bot dive's not working. It looks like they went Herald. Let's counterplay, and they were faster to it. I think this could have been prevented. So this is going to last about a minute on the map. They're trying to guard this as much as possible. Because even when you do get this, if you're not able to get the actual eye, then you don't get Herald, and it doesn't mean anything. Rakan also moved up. They know the play is going to be determined on top side. Alistar moving up also. It's going to be a 4v4. Formation here, very interesting. Alistar later than Rakan, but Sion earlier than Urgot. So I do think APK is going to be able to get the eye, because when Sion's ulting in here, there's no way Klid and Faker can just wait. They have to let the Sion ult in and push them out, and they're going to be able to get the eye. But the fight afterward is going to be interesting. What I expect to happen is probably Faker and Klid and Mata all go for Kakao and try to instigate Kakao while trying to not take damage from Sion. Let's see if they can make it happen. After they kill Kakao, what they have to really watch out for is Irelia deleting all of them. Let's see what happens. Okay, so they go for Jin Zhao as we talked about. They're able to kill the Jin, but Klid gets insta-deleted in the process. He's not able to use his ult, and then they're going to have to back off. We can play this a little bit slow, see if how they could have done it better. Them being able to dodge out from the Sion ult was super important. Going on Kakao, landed the Q. Klid used W early. He shouldn't have used W. That was actually the huge problem there. If Klid doesn't use W early and he has another mobility skill, then he's in a really good spot. Yeah, using this W early and not having the W up for when Sion ults puts Klid in a really bad position. Now he can't dodge out from the Sion. It was super important that he has his W up so he can dodge out from the Sion and then Q back onto the Jin Zhao. Faker's not in a dangerous position to die. He has Aftershock, he still has W. Just misplay from Klid. They are able to get trade 1-for-1, but they give up the eye, which was one thing they really did not want to do. Alright, we can go back to watching double speed. Yeah. I mean, it was obvious that they were going to be trying to kill Jin. Klid just has to remember, Sion ult. I can't get hit by Sion ult. I have to watch out for Alistar. Blank wouldn't have wasted W there. Let's not talk about Blank when we have Klid and Haru on the team. Faker looking for a recall. He's been on these items for a while. He's going to look for a good push out and a recall. Yeah, there we go. He's going to look for a recall, finish his proto, be in a good spot. Now, next play is probably going to come down to the Dragon, second Ocean Drake. Because SKT got an early Ocean Drake, their laning is much, much better. Next thing we can expect is Urgot's going to get Prio, Urgot's going to move down, Lissandra and Lee are going to get Prio, they're going to move down, they're going to set up for Dragon and really try to get this Dragon cleanly. What I would like to see APK do is recognize that they cannot fight for the Dragon and actually send members up top side and try to get top turret instead. Let's see what they do. Bot is really hard to gank. Israel Rakan are one of the hardest to kill in the game. They're just so mobile. Next Dragon in a minute 40, let's see. Oh, Faker here. Next Dragon, minute 40, what we talked about. Urgot get Prio, move down to Dragon, and get the Dragon. Rest of APK recognize that they have to give up Dragon and go play for top side instead. I would really like to see APK do that, but I feel like they're an amateur team, and from so far they haven't shown the greatest macro, so I feel like they're just going to stay bot side and get the Dragon taken away from them. Dragon up in 22nd, Urgot's gonna push out, and Urgot deciding to actually stay top and push. So now what this means, Dragon is more contestable and APK can get positioning on Dragon. What SKT wants to do is try to maintain distance, poke from Israel while Urgot's putting pressure on top lane, because Zion didn't come to match. Now if SKT can recognize this and not all in for Dragon and let Zion keep pushing, it'd be really great. They also got bottom turret from all the pressure they had. So yeah, SKT in a really great position. Also, Mickey was using I in front of Faker. You can see the shadow, or you can see the I through, you can see the I with a ward, and even when you don't have ward, I shows up through Fog of War, and he's using it directly on the wall where Faker can ult him. Just very, very amateur mistake from Mickey. He completely wasted the Herald. Next objective for both teams still is the Dragon. Bot lane has a lot of prio. I would imagine Teddy's sitting on a lot of gold. Once Teddy backs once, this Dragon is going to be so free. Okay. APK starting Dragon first. SKT deciding to back off. Even though they are stronger, they don't have vision. And walking through these choke points versus all the start versus a cannon can be very dangerous. I mean, giving up Dragon, not the end of the world. It's just kind of awkward because SKT were in a much stronger spot and they ended up giving up Dragon. While they were taking Dragon though, Mickey backing from a danger spot got spotted from a ward. And remember what we talked about, even though Mickey has Mercs, it doesn't mean anything. Like, Mercs doesn't save you from chain CC. That's why cleanse is so important. Like, even though he has Mercs here, he's just getting chain CC'd and dying. He needs to be able to cleanse and walk away. But because he, like, this is why I don't like Mercury versus Lissandra. Yes, you should be buying Mercs versus a Lissandra and a CC heavy comp, but it doesn't solve the problem of getting insta-gibbed by chain CC, and this is the constant problem Mickey's running into. It's just so essential for Irelia to run cleanse versus a Lissandra comp. Bye bye. Really good combination of CC from Faker and Mata not stacking on top of each other. Now it looks like SKT going for a lane swap. They're up priority and they're up tempo. Israel and Alistar went mid, or not Israel, Kennen and Alistar went mid. They're not going to be able to do anything versus the Lissandra, while Israel and Rakan are going to be able to put pressure on this turret. Mickey ended up going to a side lane, but now he has Mercs versus the Urgot, who has 2 armor items, and he's not going to be able to do anything versus the Urgot. So this game going to go back to top side control, and controlling this Baron area going to be especially important. Baron coming up in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. a lot of this game is going to come down to both duo lanes trying to push out and being able to lend their support into controlling River. Right now you can see APK has 3 pink wards in River and they have complete control. This is going to be the first goal of SKT. Push out mid, push out top while not dying, and get rid of these pinks and get our own vision down in the River. Push out and get our own vision down in the River. Looks like SKT doing exactly that, clearing their pink, placing their own pink, placing a ward there, and cleared out all the vision. Beautiful to see from SKT. I would love to see them control and keep this vision and try to pick people that are coming into the vision, like Cacao right here, beautiful. Urgot teleporting here, Sion teleporting here. We can see the formation for APK and SKT being very interesting. So we have APK 4 members here, 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 and here, and they're going to be collapsing down towards SKT, while for Mickey, he's on the other side, and they can actually pincer their SKT in a really nice way. The Sion can start with the ult, go right down River into this S pattern right here, while Irelia closes on from this side. And this position for Israel, if he isn't able to get on top of the cannon and zone the cannon out, this position is just really bad. He's on the opposite end of his whole team. It depends on how fast APK is going to be able to collapse on SKT. If they collapse fast enough before Israel's able to poke out cannon, this is going to be a really bad fight for SKT. Let's see what happens. Collapse, collapse. Ooh, SKT was able to get out in time, but now Urgot in an awkward position. And Mickey actually getting caught out. Mickey, what are you doing? Your team caught out Urgot. If you don't get caught here, then you're in such a good position. Remember what we talked about, not having cleanse on Irelia versus this kind of comp being a death sentence? Like, it's biting Mickey in the butt over and over and over again. If Mickey doesn't get caught out here and they kill Urgot for free, Sion, while he doesn't have ultimate, they can just keep waiting while with Mickey on this side and look for another pincer, push SKT out, clear all the vision they placed. It just, yeah, I have to constantly criticize Mickey for the lack of cleanse and also lack of awareness in this game. He's playing very sloppily. Like going in for that 1v1 versus Fake, or going in for that 1-for-1 versus Faker, getting his Herald destroyed, getting caught out here. Just a lot of very elementary, very rookie mistakes from Mickey holding down APK. Next objective is going to be coming up, Earth Dragon in 30 seconds. What teams want to do now is they do want to fight for Earth Dragon, but they don't want to contest with too many people. If you have all 5 people there for Earth Dragon, something bad that can actually happen is you go for Earth Dragon, and while you're going for Earth Dragon, the other team gets complete control of Baron, and you have to walk in blind towards Baron, and that can be very, very dangerous. So they're both are looking to get Earth Dragon, but only with minimum people involved while maintaining control on Baron. Let's see. You can see some basic vision going down on Earth Dragon from APK side, but SKT able to pick out Alistar. Looks like they just rushed our Earth Dragon because SKT was able to control Baron. Now, that situation we just talked about is going to happen, where one team committed for Earth Dragon and the other team, instead of committing for Earth Dragon, has complete control of Baron. You can see APK has 0 vision of Baron. They have a ward over the wall, they have a ward in mid, but they don't have any kind of vision in Baron. And now something that's very scary for them is walking into Baron, because they don't have any kind of vision and they don't have blue trinket. They don't have a single way of checking into vision. So anytime they are about to check in, they're going in blind. It's going to be super important for them that Sion leaves this check-in. If anyone but Sion leaves this check-in, Kennen, Irelia, or Zindao, they're going to get insta-gip. I want to see them play patiently and have Sion lead this check-in. Looks like instead of baiting Baron, SKT looking for a dive on this instead. It's a 4v5 situation. So dive very powerful. Even though Alistar just reds, he's all the way in base. He's not going to be able to get here. The only target that's really viable for them right now is Sion. I don't really feel this. Even if you go for Sion, he's gonna reds, and you can't even kill Sion that easily. He still has his ult up. So yeah, I don't like this dive formation for SKT. Like Lee Sin on this side of the map, he's probably gonna look for Q into ult this way. But I don't see this ending well for SKT. You're diving a Sion. You guys should be baiting Baron instead. So they go for Scion. I mean, obviously it doesn't work. Mickey going for a stun here, and Scion misses ult completely. Let's see if he gets the stun. He got the stun on Clid. He didn't follow up with the Q. I would have loved to seen him follow up with the Q. This is a position where SKT already used their major ultimates, then Lissandra ult and Rakan ult. So if Mickey was able to Q in after Clid got stunned and follow with ult and keep chasing, it would have been much, much better. Oh, Mickey going in. Mickey followed up. Oh, Mickey! Oh my god, why did you have to follow up all the way there? Oh, that was really disappointing to watch. Let's watch in normal speed. So he gets the stun here, and then he's looking on this side instead of looking there. If he actually gets the Q here early, and he's able to put pressure on him to make sure he can't jump out here, it would have been much better for him here. And now what I would like to see him is use Mickey ult, and then go QQ, and then exit this way. Instead, he flashes out, like just use Q here and exit this way. You have your teammates that can follow up. Kennen with flash, ultimate, Jinzhao with flash. Like Mickey using his ult and exiting this side would have been so good for him. Faker doesn't have ult. And then now he's shooting for a Q, but it unfortunately misses on Clid. All these fights, oh, Faker with the gigantic ult. Fury dies. Now they have to carry the cannon bomb. Cannon bomb exploding, and then if it kills anyone, that's gonna make a bomb and another bomb. And these fights are actually so close for APK. One skill shot hitting, one decision being different, it would have been really, really hard for APK to, like, actually it would have been really hard for SKT to win the fight if APK played the fights a little bit different. When they were diving Scion, if Scion held ult and was actually able to hit someone, if Mickey actually followed up on things, if Kakao's able to go in, if they're buying time for All-Star, just little bit things being different, it would have meant that APK actually win this fight. But instead they're left in a situation where SKT wins the fight and they get the turret too, because SKT made a very bad decision in terms of trying to dive a Scion. Like, why the fuck are you guys trying to dive a Scion? You guys are so up on this turret for no reason. Let's rewatch this fight. He gets the knock up here. QRQQ. QRQQ. Or just chasing down the Urgot. Or just getting flipped over the wall and not committing all the way was so bad for Mickey. Like, the QRQQ would have been such a clean play from Mickey. Unfortunately, he doesn't get it. Faker with a great ultimate, being able to hit 5 people. Fury, you're not an AP cannon. You can go in there with flash ult, but you're just gonna get insta-gip. Not sure what really happened here, but looks like Faker is getting chased. Ooh, Mickey trying to go in. Faker buying time with Aftershock and then ulting afterwards. Rest of SKT starting to come. Scion on the other side of the map. All-Star coming if they can. Wow, Faker's so smart to go this way instead. Faker knew All-Star was coming, so imagine if he E this way, All-Star can follow the E and actually get on him. Faker waiting until All-Star actually uses the combo, and then...
Do you want to further your career in dentistry? I'm Dominic Hassel. Watch my free training videos.
Using the E, just beautiful play from Faker. Understanding where people are on the map and being able to buy time. Like, this is what makes Faker Faker. Like, these kind of play, where people are overcommitting onto him, using ults, using E in the right direction. Like, this is Faker. This is the pride and the crown jewel of Korea. Just excellently fucking played. Like, knowing where he needs to be on the map and actually backing off. God damn, we have to rewatch that situation, like from where the replay broke down. Beautifully played from Faker. So Kakao flashes, he uses E, he uses W. He's chasing onto Faker. Faker gets stunned. He keeps his ultimate. A lot of people would have used ultimate when they were about to get stunned, but Faker being really accurate about the damage, not using it until he has to. So after Mickey comes in, he doesn't still use ult. He uses W, and then he's using Q, and he's just buying so much time for himself. Why this is so important is by buying time, he's allowing other members of the team to come, and Lissandra ult heals for the amount of HP you have missing. It's just, yeah, Faker's just so incredibly smart and very aware of all the pieces on the map. Scion far away, He probably knows All-Star's coming. There's probably a call about All-Star coming in. He sees All-Star, E's the other way. It's just so beautiful that he E'd this way. He E'd towards the left instead of E towards the right. Because if he E'd towards the right, then it would have been really bad for All-Star. Also, for All-Star here, I would have really liked to seen him not use his WQ, because Faker already has his E going. Why do you need to use WQ? You could WQ Israel to pressure him out, or WQ Rakan, or how about this? Just save WQ when you know Lissandra already committed with the E. Very rudimentary play from All-Star. It was just one-dimensional thinking. Now Lee can come in, clean up. This is SKT. This is the crown jewel of Korea that's gonna destroy LPL teams, hopefully. Faker teleporting in. Going on Fury here. Khan going with his passive. Able to kill Fury, and now they're going to get Baron, and game opened up completely. A lot of mistake from APK all along, but that one play from Faker, being able to survive that kind of chase and that kind of overcommit from APK and clean up everyone, teleport back, put pressure on Kennen, kill Kennen, and take Baron. It's just, this is what we were fucking missing. Like, this is what we wanted to see from Korea. Okay, so he was recalling from a far distance. Mickey went on to him. Oh, Mickey, you missed your stun there. E. Oh, he short E. Imagine if he made the E longer. Oh, and then now Kakao coming in from this angle. Proto Belt. If you're gonna flash, you flash right here. If Kakao was gonna flash, he probably flashes from here to here, flash here, and then E to chase. But now he chased around in kind of a, like an arc. Being able to flash here and being able to E early would have been so good for him. Damn, this is Faker. This is SKT. These are our boys. How would I describe it? How would I describe the feeling of watching SKT do well? It's kind of like when USA basketball team does well in the Olympics. You're like, those are our boys right there. Like LeBron destroying like international players. You're just proud and you feel secure. You know you're gonna get the gold medal. That's the SKT of old. That's what made League of Legends so fun to watch for Koreans, and that's why like Koreans have been so supportive of SKT and so negative of SKT when they didn't do well, because that's kind of the expectation SKT had. Like, they're the ultimate final boss. It doesn't matter if Rock does badly, it doesn't matter if Samsung does badly. As long as we have Faker and SKT, we can always depend on them to do well. Then pushing 2 lanes, because any good team is able to clear out 1 lane. They're going to try to push double lanes with Baron. Yep, it's just surgical, standard, without taking risk. Calm playing tanks without being dumb. Teddy knows that All-Star is looking for flash WQ here, and being able to E out, get the Q, go back in. Jin Zhao gonna ult, but got ult. Oh my fucking god! This is what I've been waiting for! This is what we've been waiting for as fans of Korea. Just SKT doing their thing. Very well played game. Some mistakes early and mid game, and APK could have threatened them much more, especially with how strong Lee and Irelia, or Jin Zhao and Irelia is early, but mistakes from Mickey made it a lot easier. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, Khan going like, yeah, I mean, I played Urgot. Urgot's a cool champion. That's what